Happy Friday, everyone. So after the long weekend, we're back to normal for most of us, but I am not currently employed in a traditional job, so that's fun. Um, Speaking of, interesting thing. So I recently had the pleasure of watching the Steven Universe movie. Anyone who knows me personally knows that I'm obsessed. I mean, I have all of the Funko Pops. This is Pink Diamond, everyone's favorite little yeah. So I watched the film, which included a great bunch of new songs. It's a musical, and everything is very catchy. But one of the songs is it's described by one of the characters in canon, in dialogue, as about quitting a crappy service job. So, as someone who's quit 3 jobs in the last year, I felt that. I felt that very hard. So, no, I'm definitely much happier to be focusing on my art. So let's talk about that, shall we? I have pitched a new story to Confabulation. The theme is hair, and although I didn't choose this tank top on purpose, I wasn't thinking about that, but it is about my body hair, my adolescence. Believe it or not, I had no idea what was about to happen to me. Lots of surprises. So I've pitched a recap with a couple of interesting lines that I think might make it into the final story. I can't tell until I've worked it out. But that recap is available on my Patreon in the Works in Progress tier. A little nervous about putting things out there, but I created this tier specifically with the idea that if I were paying a writer that I admire, I don't. Well, yeah, I admire writers. If I were paying a writer that I admire a monthly subscription, I would definitely love to see behind the scenes stuff. I mean, Garth Nix tweeted some manuscript pages of Sabriel, and I lost my mind. I retweeted them. He liked one of my retweets, and I was like, oh my god, yes, notice me some. Yeah, anyway, so so no, I think that. If you follow a content creator, you definitely want to see more of their content. And if you are paying that content creator, I think you should have the option of a glimpse behind the scenes. So that's what I hope to provide. I've posted a lot of pages from my notebook, which I carry with me everywhere. I doodle in incessantly. A lot of my notes actually go into Google Keep, but that's usually sort of more longer-winded things that I want the ability to copy paste. I do a lot of interesting, I don't know, writing down a sentence, a line that comes to me, or a thought. That notebook has been on my desk during some crappy service jobs, and I've had to write my reactions to things that customers have said to me, because your call is being recorded for quality assurance and employee subjugation purposes. So, when you can't speak your mind, you write it down, and it helps to have that little outlet. So yes, pictures of my notebook are on Patreon. Then now this pitch from my works in progress. I've also I like the idea of perhaps recording a video take. One thing that I learned from my second storytelling workshop, which was presented by Matt Goldberg, fabulous human being, is well, the workshop, it gave me a safe environment to sort of play in. So I experimented with this idea of writing less when it comes to my storytelling. Just sort of telling the story and seeing how it evolves as I speak it. Because one thing that I was finding is I was writing these stories and I had to edit them to be more like my natural speaking voice. There are a lot of words that I will type in a work that I don't want to say. There are too many syllables. It doesn't trip off the tongue in a natural, organic way. So I'm basically skipping the writing entirely, going off of bullet points, and I do sort of try out my story with test audiences to see what they think, to see what they say, to see if they laugh. A lot of my stories I include a comedic element because I think that laughter is a great way to connect to people. So yes, video takes perhaps coming. The pitch is on Works in Progress, and that's what I've been up to for the past week. Thanks for tuning in. See you next Friday.